Okay, everybody. So, welcome back. This is Ian. It's the 16th of September, 2022. And this video is for those of you who are starting your first directory or email outreach campaign to build your brand and business. Maybe you're creating a community or a marketplace or an authority site where you're actually selling a service and you're looking for a good sort of approach to monetizing your community. So, as always, my advice, and I'm going to show you exactly what we're doing, is to have four core offers that you're selling to folks in a specific niche or market or vertical or industry or even your locality. This here, as you can see, is for therapists because we have a lot of those in our Mindful Marketplace extended entrepreneurial orbit. And I'm just going to show you this is really a verbatim rough notes with mistakes and spelling errors and all that sort of stuff. And I'm going to show you how this comes together, at least for our brand and business. So again, the key components here are you're building a community. That's step one. You're building some sort of authority site, maybe a circle community, maybe a WordPress-based directory, maybe a another directory or marketplace style site, and you want to sell back-end services as the sort of the big end, monetization model for your project. So this is, again, you can see email offers, email outreach, or irresistible offers, email outreach to therapists. And this is where I essentially, for my own eyes only, just sort of jotted down a whole bunch of different ideas for monetizing this particular niche with, with what we're doing, right? With building this community and then monetizing them by selling the service. Again, it's important to note that your goal here isn't to make a shit ton of money selling like featured listings or premium listings or membership per se. You want to actually sell a service on the back end because that's the big idea that's really going to turn $50 kind of membership fees on a monthly basis into $500, $5,000 clients on a yearly basis who are going to be paying you for real services that you're doing for them. All right, so let's look really quickly at these notes, and you can see some of these I grayed out because they just didn't seem to be working, and they didn't seem to really be logical either. So, irresistible offer running on Gumroad, you're going to be, or I would be, giving out monthly templates, workbooks, prompts, guides, affirmation cards, wall art, handouts, etc., to therapists and mental health professionals who constantly need a evergreen supply of those to give to their clients, to give to their patients, to post on social media. And these things are everywhere, but they're really, really poorly designed. So you can see here, this is one of the landing pages that we created for this project. So I had these professionally designed pieces of wall art and heuristics and templates and things that really would benefit therapists who are looking for this sort of kind of professional sheen for their brand and business. All right, so let's go back here, and so for our purposes, we want to that's the primary thing that's going to bring it. It's sort of like the loss leader. You want to use a low cost service or a low cost offer, and this is going to be like between $47 and $97 a month, depending on what they sign up for, and they get access to all of these various bundles, right? So you can see here's another page. This is distinct from this one with over 500 Instagram posts and things like that again, that are professionally designed. I bought many of these and then edited them later so they were, it's kosher or ethical to, offer these to our clients because I'm not reselling what I already bought, right? So that's important. You want to make edits to the stuff that you buy and then, make it your own so you have the right ethically to sell them. Lots of people don't do that. I think that's a shitty thing to do. So I try to make edits to stuff that we're going to be modifying for clients later. And then here are just the various different, ways in which we're adding irresistible offers or stacking value. So again, NFT ownership for each season or level. I grayed that out because it was just a flop. Like no one even understood what an NFT was when I was reaching out to the first trial group of these folks. Enlightened Entrepreneur Course Community. I already have this. We already have a course community, so I was going to give them access to this. Also, kind of a flop. People didn't really seem that interested. All right, a Mindful Directory, though, where they were included as a therapist within this community. That was a plus. An affiliate program so that they could resell to other peers our, workbooks, prompts, guides, and handouts as a partner, as an affiliate, so they can have an income opportunity from this, right? So even if they didn't necessarily want to be involved otherwise, being able to monetize this, to refer to their own groups, Facebook communities, their own peers, etc., was a win. All right, private audio courses that were Ask Me Anything style, so they could ask questions that would be recorded in a private audio feed for just our community. That was also a win. So these things are included. Again, not the big end back end offer, just the little things that offer value to this particular community. All right, discounted design development services. This isn't where we're starting to get into the big back end offer, which is selling services to therapists, mental health professionals, mindfulness teachers, meditation professionals, and sort of psychiatrists, psychologists, people who have lots of experience and passion for their professional, expertise, but not so much marketing savvy or design savvy, etc. All the mindful. So here, 7TAPS templates, which is a micro course platform, 10x your audience impact and output in 12 months. That I just nixed on my own without even asking anybody, because I just thought it sounded too salesy and silly for that particular group of, let's say, doctors and mental health people. I nixed this idea as well because it was just getting a little too complicated. And then we have a collection of mindfulness-based scripts that I purchased a couple of years ago. So we're incorporating those. We're giving all these folks access as part of the Gumroad membership to all these recorded mindfulness exercises that they can give to their patients and clients, and they can customize them because they're also written. So they get access to these written exercises as well that they can just put their own branding on, and it makes it very easy. And then landing page for social media. As many of you know, I've recommended using Card for a long time for these profile pages. Very, very simple to do. It's like a 15-minute job. You develop these really great looking landing pages that that people who don't have websites in particular in this industry are really going to value. And then I X this out as well, selling the service. We're selling the service, but I don't even know what I was thinking about there. It was something with them selling service. I don't even remember. I just nixed that out because it just didn't seem to be working. In my head, I didn't ask anyone if they were interested. And then ebooks for therapists on brand building. This is just a note to myself that I'm taking a lot of the content that I've created for general entrepreneurial industries, like just people. I'm posting this stuff on YouTube or whatever, and I'm just refining it a little bit specifically for therapists. All right, so we have these landing pages which have wall art that they can download, and this once they start downloading something like this, they get access, or I get access to their email address because you have to opt in to get any of these free downloads, as you can see here. And then I send them a follow-up link, actually through a Milanote board, where they get access to this. So you're actually giving them access to this first, collection of 30 or some pieces of art. And then in the email sequence, you're saying on email number 1, here are 500 more free downloads, which is like irresistible, right? I mean, or it's overwhelming value. You're surprising them, delighting them in this like really unexpected way, where they downloaded a free piece of wall art and now they're getting a link to just a shit ton of extra stuff, which really is very, very valuable, and they can use to build their brand and business. And you can see these things aren't even loading quickly because there's so many pieces of content here. I mean, it's just the slowness of the internet that some of these images aren't appearing. But And that's it, right? So that's and the only other piece that you need to master is the actual email outreach, which what I like to do and I recommend to everyone is spend a little bit of extra time getting to know people in the market that you're targeting, right? So if it's a therapist market, I will say something very personal and complimentary about the person I'm reaching out to. Don't ever make it generic. Don't ever, make it like just like random. If you're writing to me, for example, you want to say, "Hi, Ian. I really enjoyed your last video or your social media post," or something that's complimentary. That for more important than complimenting me, what it does is it tells me that you actually know who I am, and I'm not some stranger that you're just kind of mailing, one after the other with this boilerplate nonsensical message. I get those all the time. I got one this morning, which I was actually going to use in this video, but I just decided not to. Which basically, it's the same. It just says one of hundreds, if not thousands, of people who has a store with courses, and they were just kind of spamming everybody, hoping to get that one or two response. If that person would have said, "I watched your most recent video on X," I would have been much more likely to respond favorably because they're sending me a compliment, and it's just good manners to be nice back to somebody who's nice to you, right? So even if I wasn't interested in their offer, which was teaching on their platform, I, at the very minimum, would have responded, and that would have given them the opportunity to respond back to me, and then a potential relationship emerges from that by dint of just natural rapport. So those are the steps. Again, if you're in our community, I'm leading a cohort on this that I'll walk you through exactly how to do this in your own brand and business. If you're watching this on YouTube, this is just a general overview. Email outreach, irresistible offers, 4 core offers for your big back end, and then just scale up, iterate, improve, optimize, tweak, critique, and just get it better and better until you're actually, where you want to be, which can happen very, very quickly in this sort of business. Okie doke. If you're interested in joining our cohort, you can click on the link below, which leads you to our private LMS, our learning management system. And I'll ask one other thing. If you're watching these videos on YouTube and you never comment, or you never like them, or you never actually interact in any way with me, that's okay. But do me a favor on this particular video. I'm really thinking about cutting back on the stuff I post for free on YouTube, simply because it's not really that. I don't get a lot of views, and no one really comments or interacts with my content. And I do it basically because I'm already recording these things for my own private community, and it's easy just to repurpose them on YouTube. But if I'm really not getting the kind of, no one's really like interacting with this stuff in a way that I find very rewarding, I may just stop posting this stuff on YouTube because it's really not doing much overall for my business other than I enjoy helping anonymous people in the world. But if you're watching this and you get value from what I do, and you'd like to continue watching and you're not able to join my private course cohorts, just simply leave a comment, preferably, or a minimum, like this, and maybe it'll enter into the algorithmic sort of acceleration program that YouTube may or may not be running in the background, where it'll get more views and more engagement, and it'll be more worthwhile. It's for me to continue doing. Otherwise, I'm really thinking about just kind of putting the kibosh on the free YouTube tutorials, because again, if 50 people watch these over the first couple of days, that's a good couple of days, and it's really not doing anything ultimately for my brand and business, other than maybe cultivating some anonymous people in the background who enjoy my stuff but who never tell me that. So anyway, that's pretty much it. If you have any other questions, feel free to ask. If you're in our course community, we're going to be going through a step-by-step sequence of doing this in late September, where you'll actually work with me directly to incorporate all of this process and sequence of steps into rapidly transforming your own brand and business, and hopefully bank account in the process. Teach what you know, do what you love, wake up the world with your work. As always, thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful day.